Are you able to see record? Yes. Welcome to the course on data communication and networking. Let's go ahead on answerity. So over here, the question is, read this question. This is our data or passengers or parcel we want to send. And the question is over here. How one can ensure, what is situation standing at Ahmedabad station, how one can ensure that all passengers reach safely at Baroda from Ahmedabad to Baroda. So how one can ensure standing at Ahmedabad side at this side, this person wants to ensure that all the parcels or passengers of bullet train have reached to Baroda successfully. So any answer of this question? How do you ensure that the person standing at Ahmedabad ensures that all parcel and passengers have reached successfully Baroda? It does not. This person is not does not bothering about the delay and traffic. He is bothering about whether it has reached successfully or not.
Sir,
Traffic.
telling non
Sorry.
sir, telling non-technically, we can say that the bullet train is the passengers are in the bullet train and it is
Yes.
covered with the metal or something like that.
Hmm.
So they are secured in that
Yes,
in
but
that
for example, there is a
area at
there
work.
is accident and Fatak is open. By chance, Fatak is open. The Fatak operator have not closed that Fatak and have not given a signal to bullet train. And the operator of bullet train, he has to the brake immediately. And because of the immediate brake, the passenger might get injured inside of bullet train. That may be the possibility. That may be the possibility. Okay, so
So we
this.
can compare two lists, first list at the transmission and second list which contains the passenger or parcel list at the end of the communication.
Okay, but again, the answer is this passenger will not how the passenger not passenger, but how this person or guard, the guard will ensure that all the passengers have reached Vadodara station successfully, safely and successfully.
Sir, can I tell you in technical terms?
Yes, definitely, Aniket.
Yes, sir. If we send a packet, so first we send a synchronized request inside header.
Hmm.
So if our packet successfully reaches the destination, then destination will send us acknowledgement SEK.
Okay,
So
so
we can
let's
ensure that our
Aniket.
packet is successfully.
Aniket, I stop you over here. You rightly pointed acknowledgement over here. So can you tell me, Aniket,
Yes, sir.
what is meaning of acknowledgement? What is meaning of acknowledgement?
એટલે
Convert that
acknowledgement એટલે
into
સામે વાળો person કહી દે કે નહીં.
okay. હવે આ ટેકનિકલ ટર્મિનોલોજી અનિકેત એક્નોલેજમેન્ટને કન્વર્ટ કર આ નોન ટેકનિકલમાં બુલેટ ટ્રેન છે અહીંયા ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ ધ લેન્થ ઓફ બુલેટ ટ્રેન ઇટ કેરીઝ 100 પેસેન્જર્સ ધ લેન્થ ઓફ બુલેટ ટ્રેન ઇઝ કેરીઝ 100 પેસેન્જર્સ.
સર આપણે ટ્રેનના ડ્રાઈવરને કહી દેવાનું કે ટ્રેન પહોંચી જાય એટલે મેસેજ પહોંચાડી દે એ રીતનું.
Okay, train and driver. Okay, let's say train has reached over here. Train has reached over here with 100% with safely. We are not considering other incidents. They have reached safely. What is our objective? How to inform to this person at Ahmedabad? How to inform the person at Ahmedabad from Baroda that these all the passengers are reached safely? How to inform? The technical term is acknowledgement. Now let me know what is non-technical terminology over here. Look at the length of bullet train and length of acknowledgement, what it must be.
Sure.
Length of bullet train and length of acknowledgement, that I want to highlight over here.
સર જે સ્ટાર્ટિંગ એન્ડ પોઈન્ટ જેટલા ડબ્બા ત્યાં ટ્રેનથી નીકળાતા એટલા જ વડોદરામાં એન્ડિંગ એન્ડ પોઈન્ટ પર આવેલા હોય તો એનાથી
Okay.
ખબર પડી જાય.
એટલે 100 ધારો કે પેસેન્જર અહીંયા અહીંયા ત્રણ છે તો અહીંયા 33 ડબ્બા મોકલશે અહીંયા 33 number of bogies it will attach and they will send to Baroda. So all the 33 bogies will reach over here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And from Baroda, how will you send acknowledgement? Technical term is acknowledgement. I need non-technical. Non-technical. Jia,
Yes, sir.
any answer? Non-technical answer. Because I want to
No,
explain you with non-technical. So whenever there is difficulty, then you can resolve those difficulties very easily.
yes, sir, but I'm not understanding right now. What is it?
Question, if you are not able to understand, read the question again. How one can ensure the standing at Ahmedabad station that all the passengers reach safely at Baroda. So train has reached safely. Our next scenario, train has successfully at Baroda. All the 33 bogies have reached. Now the guard over here has to inform to this guard of Ahmedabad. This guard at Baroda has to inform to guard at Ahmedabad. How does he informs that all passengers are received successfully? फोन कर सके नहीं करे, simple.
Yes,
Okay, because this is
sir. By sending a message or call.
call right now, but I'm not considering call over here. Call I'm not considering. So what else? Other alternative. Other alternative. Cost. Do not bother about cost. Whatsoever cost they want to bear the cost. No, not an issue.
Sir, by the sending the train back to Ahmedabad.
Yes, that's answer. Samarth, very good. By the sending train back to the Ahmedabad. But now the question is, what can be the size of train? What can be the size of train now? Earlier are 33 bogie. Okay, now what must be the size of train?
Sir, just one engine.
One engine, one operator only. Are you getting? So if you look at the size of this train over here in the return side, that will be only the one operator engine, and they travel from Baroda and they will reach to Ahmedabad. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is conclusion out of this? The conclusion is the passenger with 100 number of passengers, which requires 33 bogie, that will travel down on rail track and it reaches to Baroda. Once the guard ensures that all the passengers are safe, then it sends another bullet train which is having only one passenger, not one passenger, it's a operator, the train operator, and the train operator he gives the one card, that is green card only. The green card means green letter, and this green letter, the meaning of green letter to Ahmedabad person is that all the passengers are successfully received. So in case of there is a problem or the person is injured, then this bullet train will carry the red page. So in that way, this person at Ahmedabad will identify some persons are injured. Some persons in these bullet trains have injured. I need to do something else. What else it does, we will see in the next subsequent lectures. But you get it, meaning of red card and a green card.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Green card means successfully received. This operator does not need to tell even to Ahmedabad guard that all the passengers are successfully received. What he has to do, he has to just hand over the green card. So by looking at green card, this person comes to know that all the passengers are received successfully. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is known as anxiety. This terminology is known as reliability. I'm still teaching some jargons of technical terms. How to implement reliability? Can anybody tell from your sides how to implement reliability? What does it mean by reliability?
To depend.
Harmi, please elaborate. Reliability means what?
To depend on something or someone to do something.
No, not exactly, Harmi. Very good. First time you are answering. Good, but it's not correct answer.
Sir, trust. To
Something which
make
is
a
not
trust.
an asset.
Yes. Trust, that's the most appropriate word, but trust meaning is over here. The person at Ahmedabad station wants to trust he's sending off or wants to identify whether my whatever I'm sending has received by receiver successfully or not. That terminology is known as reliability. For example, I'm behind sending data from here to Google server. How do I get ensure that my data has reached to Google server? Simple. Acknowledgement. If I receive acknowledgement with green card, I will ensure I will come to know that all the data which I have sent towards Google have successfully received by Google, and the Google is doing processing something at their end. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So let me know. We are going to simulate something different that is out of, but you're unable to understand this has forced me to give you certain scenarios with respect to half duplex, full duplex, and simplex communication, but I will not discuss simplex communication over here. This is Ahmedabad A, and this is Baroda B, and this is one rail track. Okay, same scenario. I'm sending a rail with 32 bogie, and this is rail is going towards A to B, and then once that this is after some time, after 1 hour, the train has reached to the region B successfully. Now what the from B it has to do, only just it has to send only one engine. The engine will travel on this rail track and it will be received at A. This is after one scenario, 1 hour scenario. 1 hour scenario, that train engine of train as is received at A, and green card GC, green card is handed over to the guard at A. So it comes to know this the train which we have sent over here that is received at this. This is after 1 hour duration. 1 hour, 1 hour. We are considering 1 hour duration to travel down from Ahmedabad to Baroda and Baroda to Ahmedabad. Is it clear? Now, my
Yes.
question is it what kind of communication? Half duplex or full duplex?
Half
Definitely,
du-
this is not a simplex communication. This
Sir,
is not
it's a
simplex.
half duplex.
half
It's
duplex.
half.
Half duplex.
Very good. It's half duplex communication. What is meaning of half duplex? Let's go inside. What is meaning of half duplex by one more example. One more example. This is Ahmedabad and this is Baroda. Ahmedabad and Baroda train has started. This is train has the train of 32 bogie. It has started after 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, this is a situation. This is a situation. Train has reached at this middle one. Train has reached at middle one. This is A and B again. Is it possible that at the same time, after 30 minutes, this A can send next train? Is it possible?
No,
Is it?
sir.
Why?
No,
Why
sir.
not? Why so much
Sir,
no?
sir, because A has not received the green card yet, so they cannot send the other information.
Okay, but A wants to say that my train occupies only this let's say 10 meter. And what about all these meter, all these empty space? I want to utilize that space, and I can send back to back many number of trains. Why can't I send? I want to utilize my rail track. I want to utilize my rail track.
બરોડા રિટર્ન કરશે ત્યારે પછી સામે બીજી આવતી હશે.
Perfect. Preet, very good. For example, let's say this is A and this is B. After 30 minutes, this would be the scenario, whatever the Summers has said. Okay, after 1 hour, after 30 minutes, this is after 30 minutes, this is 30 minutes. After 1 hour, this train, which was at middle, it has successfully reached by B. And this train, which was over here, that now has reached up to middle. But B wants to send acknowledgement in terms of only the engine. Can the B send acknowledgement to A?
No.
Not possible. So this is disadvantage of half duplex. This is disadvantage of half duplex. But if you have a full duplex, Then what could be the scenario? This is A and this is B. Full duplex. Can you give answer?
Sir, there are multiple lanes.
Multiple lanes એટલે કેટલા? 5, 6, 2.
2.
Let's say be specific, yeah. Be specific. We are engineers. We
Yes,
believe
sir.
in some values, not some hypothetical statements. So these are the two lane rail track. The rail which wants to go A to B, they will use this lane only, and the train which wants to go from B to A, they will use this track only. This is protocol. We are setting a protocol, rules. So this train has started after 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, the train has reached in between and the A wants to send another train. Is it possible now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. Is it possible that this scenario A and B, this is rail track, 2 rail track, and is it possible dot 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 means there are bogies, dot 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 bogies, dot 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 bogies. Is it possible this scenario?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It is possible. Exactly this scenario, this what we are having in full duplex communication. That's why all the communication which requires two-way of exchange of data or reliability, they use is full duplex communication. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So the train number 1, train number 2, train number 3, train number 4, train number 5, when they reaches to this Baroda, they will have acknowledgement 1, acknowledgement for 2, this would be the acknowledgement for 1, acknowledgement for 2, acknowledgement number 3, acknowledgement for acknowledgement number 5. There would be different acknowledgement or different train, different engine for different acknowledgement. This is beauty of full duplex communication. You can send data back to back. This is known as back to back. Okay, consider the scenario of the express highway. It is having 2 lane. It is having 2 lane. The cars are going from Ahmedabad to Baroda and Baroda to Ahmedabad simultaneously. And they are having a multiple lane in each way. Ahmedabad to Baroda, Baroda to Ahmedabad. So that is parallel processing, parallel data transfer. Are you able to visualize what is full duplex, what is half
Yes, sir.
duplex, and what is simplex communication? And what is advantage of full duplex?
Yes, sir.
So let's continue. This is for ansurity. This is for ansurity. How one can ensure that standing at Ahmedabad station that all the passengers reach safely at Baroda? The answer is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is nothing but to have a acknowledgement. We can have half duplex and full duplex. We have seen the disadvantage of half duplex, but if we use full duplex, so we will have a better transfer, better way of transferring data. In less time, we can transfer more amount of data. So that is the objective over here, to explain you terminology reliability. This is reliability. Now over here, have I concern about what kind of road they have, what kind of traffic they have, what kind of diversion they have? Have I discussed over here? No. What is ultimate goal over here? The receiver will give me acknowledgement. That's my worry. Whether it gives me green card or red card, that's my worry. If it is green card, I don't need to worry. If it is a red card, I need to take some remedy actions. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's a reliability. Okay. So conclusion, what we have discussed till so far. Lectures. We have discussed propagation delay till so far, different ways of transmission till so far, types of communication we have discussed till so far. The propagation delay depends on the distance, and we have also discussed 3 other delay parameters, different ways of transmission. It's a wire, wireless, and fiber communication. Types of communication we have discussed simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Out of that, we have also discussed reliability. Reliability can be achieved using back message, using acknowledgement. So now one more terminology is known as acknowledgement. One more terminology is acknowledgement. Reliability will be achieved using acknowledgement. Is it clear? So that's the outcome of all this discussion. Any question over here? Now I'm moving towards different topic.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. But if you have still any doubt, in the next lectures, beginning of 5 to 10 minutes, we will spend revision and question answer solving. So let's continue with the next. In this session, students will be able to learn communication models from programmer's point of view. This is specially designed for you how to understand this programming model, TCP/IP model. Have you learned TCP/IP model in other session?
No,
Not
sir.
my session.
No, sir.
બીજા સરે શું ભણાવ્યું અત્યાર સુધી? Yes, sir. What others faculty have taught you?
About network.
Okay. Models have they taught you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, but they will teach you the models. But I will make you easy to understand what is models from this half an hour session. This session I will discuss communication models from programmer's point of view. You might have done C++, correct? So we'll see what happens, how to interpret your packets or how to interpret data when arrives at NIC cards from the programmer's point of view. What programming you have to apply. Okay. So pay attention. This is I will discuss only these two scenarios, these two machines, PC0 and PC1. PC0 left side machine, PC1 right side machine. The distance I am considering less than 100 meter because it's a local area network. There are two computers connected with wires. Topology is known as point-to-point topology because there is a one point is over here, another point is over here. That's why it is known as point-to-point topology. Other types of topology, it's a part of your syllabus. You are going to learn soon. The distance between two machines, if it is distance between these two machines less than 1 kilometer, it's known as local area network. Between 40,000 and 1 kilometer and 40,000, it's a metropolitan area network, and more than 40,000 kilometer, that is known as wide area network. So this is meter, all are meter. That's a 40 kilometer, it's a wide area network. Distance is 5 meter. Let's say this distance is 5 meter. What kind of network? It's a local area network. I don't want to invest this time into this question answer from you. Names of the machine PC0 and PC1. Now 30 seconds, look at this diagram. 30 seconds are given to you, and can anybody tell me what can you see from this diagram? What can you see from this diagram? Gia?
Yes, sir. The internal components of CPU.
Internal components of this cabinet. The CPU, it's a we must not use CPU, it's a cabinet. Okay. The appropriate word is cabinet. Thank you, Gia, and rest others who are communicating with me. If you figure it out, I am correcting your words. I'm correcting your words, whatever there in your minds, I'm correcting with technical words. So this is purely cabinet. This is SMPS. Full form of SMPS, you will come to know what all these components we will discuss in computer organization in the 4th semester. I'm going to take your course. This is SMPS, this is ED drive, this is motherboard, this is microprocessor, this is RAM, this is graphics card, this is audio card, this is hard disk drive, and this is floppy drive. And others are keyboard, mouse, and speakers and monitors. These are the external to this cabinet. But out of these, what devices we are interested for the data communication and networking? Those are 3 devices: the microprocessor, RAM, and hard disk drive. So microprocessor and RAM and hard disk drive, how do they interact? This is a communication line. The microprocessor stores data, brings in and out data from RAM. Hard disk drive brings in and out data from RAM or towards RAM. Okay. The difference between this RAM and hard disk drive, it's a temporary storage, it's a RAM, and permanent storage, it is hard disk drive. If you want to store your Word document, you have to press Ctrl S. When you press Ctrl S, the data which we have formatted or the UOCX file which you have formatted over here, which will be stored into hard disk drive permanently. So when you restart your computer, you will get data from hard disk drive. So that's a temporary and permanent storage. You might have learned into your schooling days, so I'm not going in depth. Apart from this, what we require, this is NIC card. NIC, Network Information Card, which is connected with RAM. So whenever NIC card receives sequence of ones and zeros, it transfers data into RAM. It transfers data into RAM first. Okay. The significance of this diagram means when NIC card receives ones and zeros or data, it stores into RAM. That's the significance of this diagram. And one more component is required over here. When the computer receives data, it has to send on a display screen that whatever it has received, it wants to display on screen, that we use monitor. Okay. To support this scenario, RAM is divided into three parts: graphics area, OS area, operating system area, and user area. Graphics area is nothing but if your resolution is 800 by 600, then 800 by 600 into 4 number of bytes, this many number of bytes, this will be occupied into graphics area, because each dot is represented by pixel and pixel will be represented by 4 byte. That's RGB combination, red, green, blue combination, and intensity of this dot. So RGB, R takes 1 byte, G takes 1 byte, B takes 1 byte, intensity takes 1 byte. So this 4-bit specifies one dot, and we have to the monitor has to project such 800 into 600 number of dots. I'm 800 and I'm 600, so those many number of dots it has to project, and to represent each dot we require 4 bytes. So this is the size of graphics area. So whatever we want to display on screen, operating system will write over here in terms of pixels. Is it clear? Operating system will write in terms of pixels in graphics area.
Sir.
That things will be displayed on your monitor. Any question over here? I'm not going to teach you computer organization right now. That I'm going to take in the next semester. But I just giving you glimpse of what happens when the operating system wants to display something on screen. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Madhav, Suryadeep, Dev, any question?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Oh, still
No,
you are
sir.
there. Thank you. Thank you for attending patiently my session. Now, what is OS area? Can anybody tell me what is OS area? I'm now little bit gradually going towards down. What is OS area?
विंडोज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम या और जो भी कोई ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है वो जितना रैम पे लोड लेगा वो ओएस एरिया में आएगा.
Samuel, perfect. Samuel, you have answered perfectly. The operating system, when you start your computer, it takes some time. Why? Because it transfers data from OS data from hard disk drive to RAM, and it stores temporary, because RAM is very faster than hard disk drive. So operating system, when it wants to process anything, or it gives to, if anything it wants to give to processor, it can give directly from RAM to processor in a very speedily manner. So OS area, it's nothing but operating system. It's a Windows 7 or Windows 10 or Windows 11 has Windows 11 has launched recently, and we have tested in one of the machines in our laboratory. So that the operating system, this is operating system area. So if you divide this RAM, this might be the graphics area, this might be the operating system area, and this might be the user area. This is graphics area. What is user area?
When we use any program,
Sir, whatever
so
task are performing work that happens on user.
Jia, Syamal, I want to listen Syamal, then I will come to you. Syamal.
जब हम कोई भी प्रोग्राम यूज करना चाहते हैं तो वो सारी मेमोरी एक्चुअली हार्ड डिस्क में होती है, एसएसडी में होती है. उनसे जब हम उसको ओपन करते हैं तो वो सारी मेमोरी रैम में आ जाती है, रैम में लोड होती है जब हम उसके ऊपर वर्क करते हैं. तो ये जो हम जो प्रोग्राम एक्सटर्नली यूज कर रहे हैं वो सब यूजर एरिया में आता है.
So for example, you are storing your data on your docx file or Excel file or PPT file. So those data will be, for example, taste.docx file will be stored over here. Microsoft Word.exe will be part of this OS area, Word.exe, but taste.docx file will be a part of user area. So this part will be used for taste area. Okay, so user area, after once the operating system gets loaded, and whatever we do with the operating system, with the help of operating system, we want to use .NET programming, we want to use C programming, we want to compile those C program. So compilation and exe file, sample.c file and sample.exe file. Exe file will be also occupied into space into user area. Okay, so whatever we do, that will be stored into user area. The operating system area will store operating system stuff. Graphics area will store graphics related stuff which it wants to project on screen. Okay, so this is the explanation of graphics area, OS area, and user area. Yes, Jia, you wanted to tell something.
No, sir, my answer was same.
Okay. So if you remember, please let me know. So now, now the story of networking starts now. This is just I gave you a glimpse. NIC card receives sequence of ones and zeros. So if you look at the left side of this diagram, you can see these are the sequence of ones and zeros. I told you the very first lecture, what is our title? It's a data communication and networking. Data is nothing but if I say 5 and if I say 5 rupees, so this becomes information and this 5 becomes data. So what we are intended, we want to transfer data. We don't want to transfer information. It's up to the receiver what to interpret, whether it's a what it has to interpret as 5 rupees or 5 pieces of computer. What it wants to interpret, it's we are leaving up to the receiver side. But ultimately in data communication network, we want to transmit data. Let's say 5. 5 can be written in some in terms of byte. It's a 101. So NIC card receives sequence of 101. Okay. So what it does, where does it store? Where does it store? Once the NIC card receives ones and zeros.
OS area.
OS area or RAM area? Or user area?
User
It stores into user area first. Okay. Then after it, what it does? Once it stores into user area, what it has to do? Any imagination. This is for imagination. What is next?
It gives to microprocessor.
Okay, but microprocessor, before it, there has to be some trigger. Once NIC card copies data into RAM area, it triggers the procedure main. The procedure main, MAIN, it's a main, this is C file. And within that C file, there is a receive PHY function. Receive PHY function, this data is nothing but these ones and zeros. It passes as an argument. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once again, I repeat, this NIC card receives data 1 and 0, it keeps into RAM, and it also triggers to execute one function. Execution will be carried out by microprocessor, but this main function will be called, which subsequently calls receive underscore phy in bracket data, these ones and zeros. Now it will copy it from user area to OS area. These ones and zeros will be copied from user area to OS area to call this receive underscore phy function. Okay. Now the receive underscore phy function, what it does? This is the glimpse of this main.phy stored over here. This is whole area where our protocol stack. This is new terminology for you, protocol stack. Why the stack? You can see this is one layer, this is second layer, this is third layer. They are on top of each other. Is it clear? That's why it is known as stack. Okay. Protocol, it's nothing but set of rules. What are set of rules? We are going to learn subsequently. But right now, please understand, please keep in your mind, this way of presentation is known as protocol stack. Okay. Now what the protocol stack will have? Actually, the protocol stack will have this terminology. Can you see the bottom left? I gave title as a TCP/IP protocol stack. Gradually you will come to know what is TCP/IP and gradually we will come to know protocol stack. But my intention is to bring this protocol stack from programmer's point of view. So what you can see receive PHY. Over here receive NW. Over here receive TP and receive application. Okay, so you have to speak with me. This PHY stands for physical layer. PHY stands for
Physical layer.
physical layer. Once again, PHY stands for
Physical layer.
Physical layer.
physical layer. PHY stands for
Physical layer.
Physical layer.
keep your the audio on mute because I want you repeat and you remember. NW stands for network layer. NW stands for
Network layer.
Network.
NW stands for
network layer.
Network layer.
Network.
NW stands for
Network layer.
Network layer.
Network layer.
Network layer.
NW stands for
layer.
network.
Network layer.
Network layer.
TB stands for transport layer. TB stands for
Transport layer.
transport. Transport. TB stands for transport layer.
Transport layer.
TP stands for
Transport
Transport
layer.
layer.
transport layer, transport layer, transport layer. You have to speak 5 times. APP stands for application layer. That no need to repeat itself. APP stands application. Okay. Once again, PHY stands for
Physical
Physical
layer.
layer.
NW
Physical
stands for
Layer.
Network.
Network layer. Network layer.
TP stands for
Transport layer.
Transport layer.
transport layer. Okay. Good. So this PHY stands for physical layer. Yes. Any
સર
question?
આપણે ફિઝિકલ લેયર પછી અને નેટવર્ક લેયર ની વચ્ચે ડેટા લિંક લેયર નહીં આવે?
Ha, આવશે data link layer, but this is TCP/IP protocol stack. TCP/IP protocol says that network layer will have inbuilt data link layer.
અચ્છા, ઓકે ઓકે.
એટલે આમાં અહીંયા data link layer હશે અને network layer હશે. આ બંને હોય છે આમાં. Okay?
ઓકે સર.
That is OSI model. Aniket, what you are speaking, it's a OSI model.
હા સર, સર પણ મેં જોયું હતું તો એમાં OSI માં છેલ્લા 3 લેયર મર્જ થઈ જાય. સ્ટેશન,
physical
પ્રેઝન્ટેશન
layer.
અને એપ્લિકેશન.
Physical layer, data link layer, and network layer. They are all these three are combined, and then it becomes network access layer. Not network access layer, network access layer. Okay.
ઓકે ઓકે.
So, because I do not over here, if I tell you network access layer and if I omit physical layer, so this is scenario to represent protocol stack. Okay. If I combine all this together, that becomes confusing. That's why I have taken these 4 layers: physical layer, network layer, transport layer, and application layer. Now, this area, I am changing my color of pen. This purple area, the purple area belongs to this TCP/IP protocol stack. So you can see this is receive and this is send. This is send and this side receive. So which left side or right side, which will be called when we want to send a request to Google server?
Send.
Send.
Right side. Send.
So from send application will call to send TP will call to send NW will call to send physical, and physical layer will send bullet train in terms of ones and zeros. Okay, it's a physical layer responsibility to send bullet train, not neither application layer, nor transport layer, nor network layer. It's a physical layer responsibility to send train. Same way, what happens once the packet is received at NIC card, it follows this scenario: receive physical, receive network, receive transport, and receive application. Is it clear? Okay, now we are going one depth ahead. This is TCP protocol stack. Receive physical layer, when it in previous example, what we have done, it receives ones and zeros. So this is the example of receive physical layer. The coding of receive physical layer: receive underscore PHY, and this is data in terms of ones and zeros. Ones and zeros will be passed as an argument. I'm not exactly writing the code of C language. I'm just writing skeleton of the program. Okay, so don't bother about there is typing mistake. I have not taken a pointer over here. That's a character argument. I have not taken those care over here. But while you program, because this is assignment 1, which you have to write this program. So receive physical layer data ones and zeros are passed as an argument, and there is extract header data. There are two variables I have declared over here: struct header and struct data physical. So the struct header, what it does, it extracts header from data part. It extracts header from data part and it stores into header variable. And again, this header, it is exactly header variable. It's again structure, and this is extract. This extract header, this is function. This is function which extracts header from data part. What does it mean to header and data? So this is sequence of ones and zeros. Let's say there are 120 characters, so 122 ones and zeros. So out of 120, this is 0 and this is 121, because we start with 0, that's why it's a 121. Actually, it's a 122 characters. But let's say this first, let's say 48 bytes. Sorry, not 48 bytes, 14 bytes. 14 bytes is known as header, and rest other bytes are known as data. So what this does, this function will extract first 14 bytes and assigns into header structure, and rest other bytes it will assign into data physical layer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
For ones and zeros, first 14 bytes will be assigned into header part, and rest others will be this data phy. So this extract header and extract functions will do this stuff. Okay, and then there are operations using header. This header part is 14 bytes. There will be operations over here of 14 bytes. We'll learn what is 14 bytes operations. Then if there is error in operation, then print error at physical layer and exit 0. Exit 0 means do not forward your data to network layer, just exit 0, forget your data. But before forgetting your data, just printf error at physical layer. And what is, if there is no error, what is next step? Are you getting?
Receive
It
network.
calls network layer. Network layer, what happens? Now network layer physical data means rest other bits. So within that, again 20 bytes, first 20 bytes it is known as header, and rest other bytes are known as data. So same thing happens over here. The header portion will be extracted. Sorry, I have not written over a function. And data portion will be extracted and it becomes data network layer. This is data as an argument. So I'm taking data same way over here, but actually it is physical data. This will send physical data, but it is argument and pass into data parameter over here. Then there are operations using header. 20 byte headers operations will be performed. If there is error is found, printf error at network layer, then exit 0. If there is no error, what it calls? Transport layer. When it calls transport layer, same thing happens. Whatever the data it has received, data received from network layer, the first 20 bytes, it will act as a header, and rest of the bytes will act as a data. Okay, so can you tell me whether I'm telling it's a correct or not? These are my sequence of ones and zeros. This is start with 0. This is 121. Initial 4 bytes of my data are physical header. Next 20 bytes of data is my network header. Next 20 bytes of data are my transport header. Is it clear? And then this is actual data which I have sent. This is actual data which I have received from NIC card. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this layer will extract 14 bytes. This layer will extract 20 bytes. This layer again extract 20 bytes. Rest of the bytes will be sent to application layer to display on your screen. Okay, when it displays your screen, that it opens. Now the browser exe will be called in OS area, and what it does, it changes the graphical area, and you will see the Internet Explorer on your screen or data on Internet Explorer. Do you get it? How do you receive data? What happens at operating system layer? What happens at user layer? Which functions will be called by which device? The browser will be called by application layer, receive application layer, which changes the graphics area. And if you change graphics area, it displays data on your screen. It's equivalent to displaying data on your screen. You get it inside of this receiving scenario?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
question? Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
this is actually, yes.
sir, is it fixed that the physical layer have 14 bits of data header
Bytes.
and
Bytes. Yes, yes, it is fixed.
yes.
It's a part of your assignment 1. That's why I'm taking fixed value over here. It's a part of your assignment 1. You have to write this program. That's why I'm taking reference of that program and actual header part. This 14 byte, 20 byte and 20 byte, this is reality. It is available in your real computer protocol stack, TCP/IP protocol stack. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is till so far we have received, we have seen sending side, sorry, receiving side means this way. Now we want to discuss about sending side. You open a browser and you type google.com, then send application will be called by browser, which will further call SendTP. SendTP will further call SendNW. Send network will call send physical layer. So now this time the process gets changed. What was the process over here? We are extracting header. We are extracting header. And what we will do over here? Prepare header. Prepare header. So what could be the structure? Send TP. Data application will be given by the signed application. Struct header. Corrected data. Prepared header. This will prepare header. And what exactly data mean? Data is nothing but concatenation of header plus data application which is given by send application. So what it does, it has a separate entity. This is structure and this is data from app, and then it combines together, it becomes data. Is it clear? It's a string concatenation operation. Any question over here?
No, sir.
And that data is sent to network layer, send network layer. The same network layer will do same thing. It prepares header, data is concatenated, data is given to the physical layer. So gradually what happens, application layer gives data, the transport layer adds own header, 20 bytes of header, network layer adds its 20 byte of header, physical layer adds its 14 byte of header. Those are nothing but sequence of ones and zeros. And those programs are sent, and NIC card will send ones and zeros on wireline, wireless or fiber optic communication. At receiver side, it will receive those data. Exactly, receive process will be followed at receiver sides. Send process will be followed at send side. Okay. So now, can I combine all this together like this way?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I just remove the vertical line in between. I remove vertical line, I combine together. When the data receives, it will call receive functions. It will call receive functions. Whenever, if you want to send data to somebody, other computer, it will call send function. But what they are part of physical layer function, network layer function, transport layer function, and application layer function. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is known as modular programming. Modular programming. This is application module, this is transport module, this network module, and this is physical layer module. Modular programming. So network follows modular programming and also structured programming. So this is the end of session. Thank you for watching or listening me very carefully. If you have any doubt, please let me know.